too simple. And now we're on to new things. We've figured out how to make much better video models. We are discovering new ways to use new kinds of data and environment to kind of scale that up as well. Um, and I think, again, 5, 10 years out, that's too hard to say in this field. But the next couple of years, we have very smooth, very strong scaling in front of us.
I think it has become a sort of public narrative that we are on this smooth path from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 to more.
Yeah.
But it also is true behind the scenes that it's not linear like that. It's messier. Tell us a little bit about the mess before GPT-5. What were the interesting problems that you needed to solve?
Um, we did a model called Orion that we released as GPT 4.5, and we did too big of a model. It's a very cool model, but it's unwieldy to use. And we realized that for kind of some of the research we need to do on top of a model, we need a different shape. So we followed one scaling law that kept being good without really internalizing it. There was a new, even steeper scaling law that we got better returns for compute on, which was this reasoning thing. So that was like one alley we went down and turned around, but that's fine. That's part of research. We had some problems with the way we think about our data sets, as these models like really have to get this big and learn from this much data. So yeah, I think like in the middle of it, in the day to day, you make a lot of U-turns as you try things, or you have an architecture idea that doesn't work. But the aggregate, the summation of all the squiggles has been remarkably smooth on the exponential.
One of the things I always find interesting is that by the time I'm sitting here interviewing you about the thing that you just put out, you're thinking about
Too
the next.
forward.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What are the things that you can share that are at least the problems that you're thinking about that I would be interviewing you about in a year if I came back?
I mean, possibly you'll be asking me like, what does it mean that this thing can go discover new science?
Yeah.
Like how is the world supposed to think about GPT-6 discovering new science? Now, maybe not. Like maybe we don't deliver that, but it feels within grasp.
If you did, what would you say? What would the implications of that kind of achievement be? Imagine you do succeed.
Yeah, I mean, I think the great parts will be great, the bad parts will be scary, and the bizarre parts will be like bizarre on the first day, and then we'll get used to them really fast. So we'll be like, oh, it's incredible that this is like being used to cure disease. And be like, oh, it's extremely scary that models like this are being used to like create new biosecurity threats. And then we'll also be like, man, it's really weird to like live through watching the world speed up so much.